We are here and it is time to go biking.
Fantastic, come on. We are riding at the riverside in Pyongyang, sunset behind me and amazing view. I cannot imagine this. I explain this.
And this is the view that meets us at the top. That is fucking incredible though. I can't believe you're actually allowed to be here. Good morning from North Korea. It is day 3 here actually. I decided to skip yesterday because we were just cruising around the city and I thought, I'll film some stuff there and then hop straight into the day where we are going to cycle. But I'm a bit in a hurry, so I am gonna pack a bit while I talk a bit here. Today is the day where we're gonna go for the long cycle. First we're gonna cycle through the city a bit, and then somewhere after lunch we're gonna cycle all the way from Pyongyang to the city of Nampo on the western coast, which is about a 30-kilometer bike ride. And I am very curious about that because until now it has been fairly easy to just take photos, take videos everywhere. I mean, we haven't had any problems whatsoever. As you also know, the countryside is not a prominent place. I mean, it's very clear when you hear that it's not easy to live in Pyongyang and there is a system to allocate you. So it is kind of the best that lives in the city. And that's also kind of why that Pyongyang is the place that they want to show, which makes sense when it comes from their point of view. But when that's said, I think it was an amazing experience to see the native North Koreans here. Because although all this thing is going on, there are so many people, especially yesterday because it was a public holiday. So there's just so many people in the streets. And I mean, they were just going about their daily lives. For example, we went down in the metro and that was an amazing experience. One, because it's incredibly beautiful and one of the deepest in the world. But also because that was just where the regular North Koreans, they would go. That was a really great experience. But we also kind of visited a park where the North Koreans, especially on the holiday, they came out because they wanted to celebrate the holiday and just sit on a blanket, have barbecue. And although that they were just sitting and having fun and they had picnics and singing and it was a big wedding day yesterday because it was a public holiday, I felt like, okay, this is authentic. I mean, this is where they just go about their thing. But we talked about it this morning that like a very specific example was that there was this group of North Koreans in the park that asked us to come dance with them. We thought, okay, this is cool because we've seen people dance in the street. We were at this people's monument where there was a big dance going on because of the holiday. Which is very cool, very beautiful, but also in the grand aspect of things, a weird thing to be going on because it was just on this square and they did it for an hour. It was high school students, but therefore it wasn't too weird that they invited us for a dance. But when we got back to the hotel this morning, we talked about one of the guys that overheard the guy say, no, don't worry. There's 2 places where we can go dancing in this park. That whole like kind of suspicious feeling of being a part of that Jim Carrey movie where everything just revolves around him in a TV show. That came a bit back to me because although that they did go about the daily life and people took walks and I mean there were so many people who couldn't all be staged, they were definitely kind of placed there as to invite foreigners in for a dance. That shook me a bit. But all in all, yesterday was a great day because we were just cruising around on the bus, seeing a lot of stuff. I mean, we saw, for example, the monument of the 2 previous leaders where a lot of people, they came and handed in flowers in celebration of the leaders. We also saw the tower of the Yuche idea, which is a very tall tower with a great view at the top that we weren't allowed to film. I don't know why. We also went to this crazy water park with like tons of slides. We didn't go. I had a cup of coffee instead. Because I forgot my swim trunks, which was a shame. And then, of course, we went to the big mass games yesterday. Which is called the world's greatest show. Of course it's called that, but it was truly impressive and also a bit scary because it's so many people. Like, we tried to count it out. And we thought it was like maybe 20,000 people sitting in the stands doing the whole like mosaic of different cards. That was a picture behind it. And then comes all the people dancing and doing acrobatics and gymnastics on the floor. So it's just so many people. Yeah, I mean, we know a lot of tourists as well, but also just a lot of regular North Koreans. But it was just so crazy to see something so choreographed. So perfectly done. I mean, some of them were just kids. The scary thing is they're doing this a lot. I mean, they're putting so much time into preparing these kind of events just to put on a show. I'm never gonna see anything like it again. I'm gonna finish up packing now. Then we'll get on the road in a moment of, I hope. We are here and it is time to go biking. And these are the bikes that we're gonna use. Obviously you cannot kind of rent a bike here. So we had to get some in China and get them shipped here. But they look beautiful and they'll just do the job with the Above Borders logo on it, the logo of the guy that I'm planning this with. I think they will do just fine, and we have plenty. We have a whole van full of them here. And luckily it's so hot here, so I actually ended up changing to my only pair of shorts that I'm bringing, because it's gonna be hot. I think it's about 25 degrees, much better than back home in Copenhagen, where I imagine it's about 1 or 2 degrees. We'll just get all of these out, get them adjusted to the guys in the bus, and then we'll be off for about 10 kilometers of riding in here in Pyongyang. And then 2 hours of 20 kilometers of riding in the countryside to the spa hotel where we're gonna sleep for the night. The guys over here have adjusted their bikes, the brakes, the handlebars, so we're almost ready to go through the city. It's still damn hot. We are excited and I think it's gonna be good. I'll just take a group picture of the people, is that okay? Yeah? You wanna be in it as well? That's the Juche Tower. We were over there yesterday, and you can take an elevator all the way to the top. I think we'll go over there in a moment. After riding an hour through Pyongyang, from the outside of the city into this place, the Juche Tower, where we also were yesterday, it's time to jump in the bus with all of our bikes and go someplace outside of the city so we can get a bit out of the city, just get on the open roads and get going. So far, so very good. We are so lucky with the weather. Right now the sun is setting. It's very pretty. The sun is very close to setting, and we are ready for leg 2 of our journey to Nampur. We just got through a checkpoint up the road, so now we're ready to cycle to the city. I know that Jonas is ready, everyone's ready, and look at that sunset. I think we have about 10 kilometers ahead of us, so that's not too bad.